Welcome to the first vlog of this channel. Let's say that you have just arrived in Santiago from another region or perhaps from abroad, and you don't know what is the first thing you should see in this capital city. Well, follow my recommendation and let's start in the Plaza de Armas, where Chilito was founded. The first thing is how to get to the Plaza de Armas. Well, you get on the metro and get off at the Plaza de Armas station. For that you need one of these cars, they're called VIP, and you can buy them in the same metro. They cost 15.50 Chilean pesos, almost $2. And you must charge it since it does not come with money included. With 2,000 pesos or $2.44, you can afford a round trip. Let's start with this magnificent cathedral. At the foundation of Santiago, this was just a small chapel. However, nothing remained of that chapel after the Mapuche uprising of September 11. (1841), which was most of Santiago for a day, right? After that, every time another chapel was built, an earthquake overflowed the Mapuche River, or fires left on the ground again. It was then that the work was taken over in 1780 by the Italian architect Joaquín Toesca, who redesigned the blueprints of the part already built in a neoclassical style. But Toesca died without seeing the works complete, which were completed by Eusebio Celli. Thinking about the future earthquakes, the building was founded on stone masonry, and asher masonry was used for the perimeter walls, pillars, and arches. In the year 1899, the Italian architect Ignacio Cremonesi, who subscribed to the Roman style, added two towers to the facade of the church, using steel and reinforced concrete. This is the Correo Central building. What is the first thing the Spanish do when building a new city in Latin America? Answer: build a chapel and around it the most important buildings of the new city. Formerly, this was the home of the conquistador Pedro de Valdivia, but after his death in 1553 at the hands of the Toque Lautaro, it was divided in three buildings: the Governor's Palace, where the central post office is located today, the Real Audiencia, this is now the museum, the National Historical Museum. At the beginning of the independence, the building currently occupied by the National Historical Museum was the seat of the Royal Court, and became the seat of the First National Congress in 1811. In 1818, the Palacio de la Real Audiencia was officially designated as the government house by Bernardo Higgins, calling it Palace of Independence. This building was used as the house of the president at the end of the first government of President Manuel Bulnes. After that, the building continued to house various institutions and public bodies, currently the Historical Museum. Portal Fernández Concha. It was built between 1870 under the design of the English architect W. Hovender Henry and with the financing of the brothers Pedro and Domingo Fernández Concha, who will give the enclosure its current name. The municipality of Santiago. The building stands in the same place where, during the colony, the Cabildo and the public prison functioned. Towards the end of the 18th century, the Cabildo and jail were demolished to the poor state they were in, and it was decided to build a new construction in their place. The tax of the new building had the participation of the Roman architect Joaquín Toesca, who gave the project a new classical stamp. And at last, after a few blocks from the plaza, the Central Market. The Central Market building was built in 1864 and inaugurated in 1872 by President Federico Errázuriz Zañartu. In Chile, the architect in charge of the work was Fermín Vivaceta, who had the support of the builder Juan Estefani. The result was a neoclassical style enclosure characterized by its metal structure. The building was decorated with motifs and ornaments made of wrought iron located on the pillars and arches that support the roof.
I'm gonna drop my croissant!
In 1993, ownership of the market passed into the hands of the same merchants. Currently, the building has two floors, in which 241 premises operate with the category of the restaurants, liquor stores, fishmongers and craft, among others. In addition, it is a tourist center of great relevance in the national capital. The Central Market building in Santiago was declared a historic monument in 1984 for its architectural and heritage value. So, we have already seen 7 historical places in the center of Santiago, but there are still more to see if you have enough energy to keep walking. I recommend you to take some time here in the Central Market and eat a typical and healthy cazuela, since it's cheap and nutritious. Without more to say, I say goodbye, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!